Here is how to use Wufoo to set up forms for your clients. Wufoo is a wonderful app or program to use to create customized forms for your business. And what I love about it is when you sign up with them at the free level, you will get up to 5 forms that you can create and up to 100 entries before you have to pay a fee. So that's an amazing resource if you don't yet have your website set up, or if you're just needing to get a form put together quickly, even if you are putting up your website but aren't comfortable with it yet. So I used Wufoo for years, you guys, with my client forms, and so I'm a real believer in the ease and just accessibility of this resource. So I started a new account just to kind of keep this really simple and not have any junk in here to distract us. So let's create a form. So you would just go to Wufoo, I'm going to highlight it here, .com, to create your free account. Once you create that, it will bring you to this page that you see here. So click on Create Form, and I'm just going to take you through creating starting from scratch. I think it's easier from the beginning to do it this way. And we're going to use the template of the client intake form that I give you guys in your Academy curriculum. If you are watching this tutorial on our YouTube channel, just know that that's another resource that we include in our Academy, is all the forms you need, the templates of the forms that you need for your client process. And so we're just going to use that as an example in today's training. So the first thing we want to do is title our form, and all you have to do is to fill out any of the fields. You just click on the field like you just saw me do on an untitled form, and then you'll see here that it gives you, here on the left hand side, it's giving you a place to put that title. So Client Questionnaire, let's call it, just to be all states friendly, right? Whether it's red state or not. So Client Questionnaire. I feel like I'm spelling questionnaire wrong. Let me try it with 2 R's again. For some reason, 2 R's isn't doing it either. I'm doing something wrong, but I'm just going to leave it with 1 R. In the description field here, you would just call it what it is. This is what's going to pop up in front of the client. So you want it to make sense to their point of view. So you would just say details in client current health situation. This is not what you would say, by the way. I'm just trying to think of something quickly to put in here. So you would say something along the lines of, this form is for the details concerning your current health situation, because remember, it's your client that's reading it. And then you really don't have to mess with any of these settings here. So we're going to skip on down. We don't necessarily need to track these forms because we're using it actually as a private client process form. And then you can customize the ending here. This is what's going to, when they finish it and submit it, this is what's going to pop up to them. Or you can guide it to redirect to the website, but I think the red star means that that is a paid version benefit. So just either leave it as what's the default in there. It says, great, thanks for filling out my form. You can just leave that, or you can customize that message. Yeah, don't have a CAPTCHA. I would not do a CAPTCHA because you want to make this as easy as possible for your clients to fill out and easily submit to you. So I think we're good for this portion. Now we're going to go to add a field. Here's where you will refer to, like as you can see here, the actual form. Oops, I did not mean to do that. I apologize for that, guys. Let me actually pull this down. Okay. I'm going to pull my recorder down really quick. Okay, that works better. So here's where you're going to refer to this form and transfer the information here to your customized Wufoo form. And the way that we're going to do that is obviously that first line is a single line text field. So what this means is these are your options. If you were having them check multiple choices, you would add the choices here, like caffeine. Like, let's say that the question, oh, here I go with my misspelling again. Let's say that your question is, how do you get more energy to get through the day? Caffeine, food, exercise. You can even add by putting plus sign, adds another field, minus takes it away. So it's very simple. Add another field, medication, you know, whatever it is that you want your client to answer. And so you would put on here, how do you get more energy through the day? So I'm giving you an example of why you would use the checkbox field. So this would just be one example of that. But, and see how beautiful it's already starting to fill out over here? But we're not actually doing that. I was using that as an example to show you. I'm going to delete it now. Let's start with our single line question. We're going to say client name. We want them to put their name. Okay. You can do the colon. It makes it look a little more professional. And then I don't add anything in here. I just leave it like that. And I move on to adding another field. So I don't mess with or spend time on all those extra boxes. So don't let those overwhelm you. Just move into the next field. So let's go back to our form. We've got client name. We've got their email and their phone number. You don't really need much more than that unless you're going to be mailing them a nice little welcome package or a book. Then you would ask for their address. But for now, we just need email. Okay. And we need phone number. Okay. Now I'm going to add, I believe, a paragraph field. So see, these were single lines. See that? And here we're going to do a paragraph field for your form because obviously we're giving them a lot of room to write. So the way you do that is paragraph text instead of single line. So now we're going to ask this question here. Now remember, use the form for red states if you are in a red state. It's not going to be called intake or assessment. It's not going to ask anything about their medications. It's going to be much more red state friendly. But for the sake of this training, I'm just going to use this particular line. And you just copy and paste it here. Okay? And you're just going to continue building out this form the same way, whether you, we want to save our changes. Whether you, I'm not sure how I took you guys out of there. I apologize for that. Let's go on back in. We're just going to pretend that I keep filling this out all the way using this form information. That's what you're going to do. You're either going to be creative and use the questions you really want to ask your clients because it's more personalized to your practice and what you are bringing, what solutions you're bringing to their pain point, what type of pain point you're targeting. This is a very general, overarching health coaching form, okay? But it gives you the idea, right? So let's pretend that we have filled the whole form out and we're completely ready to complete it. I do want to say also, if it's still the same as it used to be, they only allow up to 10 questions per form. So that's why I always separated my intake and my assessment. So you could separate your lifestyle questionnaire for a red state form and your habits questionnaire, okay? Just to be able to fit them in a free form. So let's save the form again. They give you a link to use to this form. That's what you want. So now that my form is saved, I want to share this form. Well, first of all, I want to set up email notifications. I should have done that. So let's set up our email notifications. This is where you tell the form where to send itself when the people finish filling it out. So you want it to bess@freshstartforhealth.org. I want it straight to my business email. And my reply to, I don't know what they mean by that. Let's see here. Okay, I think I'm just going to put the same email. Oh, it doesn't allow it. Okay, then I'm not going to worry about it. So I definitely want these forms to go to my business email and any new entries. And that's it. I'm not even going to click new comments or anything like that. I'm not going to customize it. Nothing. Let's just save. And I see here that you have the option to send it to your mobile. That's new from when I used to use this, this software. So now we've set up notifications. Let's go back. I thought when I saved it, that it would go back. Let's see here. Let's go back to our form. And let's grab the link. Okay. I'm trying to find it real quick. Let me just click on it. Let me see here. Share. Okay. We want to find the link. So did you see where I went? Let me go back. So click on your form and see here it says share. That's where you're going to grab the link. So this link is a special URL that directs my clients to my intake form. So if it was me and I was using this now, I would just save that into my client processes doc, whatever you guys are using as your, resource center to hold all your client process information, your checklist, your notes, your, just different, everything that you have going on between you and your clients, any resources you're going to be giving people over and over, those all need to be in one spot. So either your Google Drive or Dropbox or OneNote or Evernote, all of those work. Trello maybe. So wherever you're saving that, take this link, title it so that you remember that this is your intake form. And actually, hold on. Here's the title link. So does that work? Let me see. So now we're going to experiment. Let's throw it in here and see what happens. There you go. This tells you exactly what it is, too. You don't have to worry about that weird link. So you can use the title link. I did not realize that till now, so I'm glad that we saw that together just now. And then test it, and then save it in your doc to be using over and over to send each new client when they come into your practice. This is how you can set up, create up to 5 forms for free using Wufoo. And even if you did pay the fee later on, I promise you it's worth it. But by then you will have your website in order, and you probably won't need more than 5 forms on this resource. I hope this was helpful.